Hello, everyone, and welcome to Indoraptor Productions. Where today, you already know what we're reviewing. You're at the title. That's why you clicked on this video. So we are, of course, reviewing the Mega Punching Kong from the Godzilla vs. Kong line from Playmates. Now, this could... I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think I'll get more of them. But this could be the last Playmates Godzilla vs. Kong figure that I get. I don't know. I still really want to get that 6-inch Mecha Godzilla and Warbat too. I would really like to get that as well. Um, and if they ever release that Mega whatever Mecha Godzilla, then I'll definitely try and get that since I have both of the other Mega figures. But yeah, this has the possibility of being the last Godzilla vs. Kong figure I get. I don't think it will, but it's a possibility. So, for the box, for the packaging, we of course have the normal. If you have any of the Godzilla vs. Kong figures, you kind of know what to expect. Godzilla looking very blue, Kong looking far more accurate. Godzilla vs. Gojira Tai Kong. You got a Mega Punching Kong down here with lights and sounds. You got a blockbuster movie, Godzilla vs. Kong. That is a very true statement. Got Playmates, Legendary, Toho. Then a little warning, just so you don't choke on anything. Then it gives a little thing right there about how the action feature works. Got some Hong Kong buildings as well, and just Hong Kong and flames and stuff in the back. On the side, you've got more burning Hong Kong, and then on the other side, you have Godzilla versus Kong. And then on the back, of course, I have a promo image of the figure, which looks pretty cool. The promo images do have Kong with pupils, but the actual figure, for whatever reason, doesn't. Godzilla, the Mega Godzilla, does have pupils, and that's not accurate because whenever his eyes are glowing, you can't see his pupils. But for some reason, they didn't give pupils to Kong, which would make more sense. But yeah. We can see his axe there not looking very accurate, not nearly as accurate as the 6-inch Kong. And then it says, comes with a little human right there, a little blurb about the movie, and yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong. And then on the bottom, Godzilla vs. Kong again, some other stuff. A little thing telling you to look out for Mega Heat Ray Godzilla, and then I'll give you the barcode since these figures seem to be fairly hard to find. So yeah, that should be good. But yeah, I really like the packaging on these figures. I'm kind of sad to see it go. I mean, we've still got quite a few figures to go. I mean, maybe not quite a few, but like Mecha Godzilla and Warbat / Nozuki. They never said the name in the movie, so yeah, but we still don't have those, or Fighter Jet Kong either. Then there's also that supercharged Godzilla for whatever reason, which I think was in the leaked images, that one Godzilla with the orange, yellow stuff coming out of him. I have no idea what that was. I don't think that we're gonna get that. I'm assuming that was probably something that was going to be in the movie, but they cut it maybe or something. I don't know exactly what that was about, but I'm guessing that that's what that was. And then obviously, there's that Mecha Godzilla, the giant one. Or sorry, not giant Mecha Godzilla, which also hasn't released, which also hasn't had a full release here in America. But the big Mecha Godzilla, the one that's supposed to go with both of these guys. We still don't have any confirmation on if we're even going to get that period, which would really suck because clearly they were they planned on making it, and it would make a lot of sense to release it. I mean, who knows? I mean, we're not getting the SH Monster Arts Mechagodzilla until like December this year, so who knows? We'll hopefully we'll get it soon. But yeah, here is Kong. So before we get into him, though, let's get into his accessories. So of course he comes with a little soldier minifigure. In order to see him, he looks green, or kind of greenish, in the camera. It won't focus on. I don't know why it doesn't focus on it, but yeah. He looks kind of greenish in the camera, but he's not. He's more of like a grayish. He's kind of green, but he's more like grayish. But it's just one color. It's not painted at all. Still really cool that they included little humans in it. They're not accurately scaled with the monsters at all. They're way too big, but yeah. And here he is next to the one that came with Godzilla right here, and this is the one that came with Kong. You can see this one is a lot better. He's actually doing something. Is where this guy's just kind of standing there. These probably were taken from some other toy line, but I feel like they fit in universe. This could be like Apex, like people, I guess. That could work. And then obviously we have his battle axe, which is far less accurate than the 6-inch the battle damage Kong's axe. You can see here the spine is completely different. It almost doesn't even look like a spine. But yeah, you can even see like the wrapping on it looks really weird. Like it looks like torn like tarp or something. It's not nearly as detailed as the smaller Kong's axe. I don't know why it isn't, but yeah, the paint is fine on it. The blue looks quite nice. But yeah, it's really weird. You can see the stump right there. That looks cool, but yeah. And it's made out of a softer rubber. You can see on the top there's a little hole, so you can hear that. But yeah, it's just a soft like rubber kind of, so it's not, you can bend it pretty easily and it won't break, and it's hollow inside as well. So yeah, you can, I mean, it sounds pretty hard, but you can hit it your big Godzilla and not damage it at all. But yeah, I mean, like some of the detail on this side is pretty good. You can see there's some definition to it and everything like that, but the detail on this side is just like really flat for some reason. Yeah, that's weird. You can see it. There's just no detail on this side. Yeah, that's odd. But yeah. But yeah, let's get to the main attraction, which was of course the 8th wonder of the world. So here he is, King Kong. So yeah, I suppose I shall talk about paint first, since there isn't a whole lot of paint on this guy. You can see there is some gray on his face. Then obviously there's white for his teeth, which are looking way gnarlier than they did in the movie. I actually really like the look of the Kong here, but they even painted like some of the inside of his mouth. You can see there's some red. They painted his tongue. But yeah, they did not paint his ears at all. They're just the base color brown. You can see they painted his pecs right here. Then they also painted on his scars. They aren't sculpted or anything, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. But yeah, you can see his scars right there. I really want to see one. I really want to see like maybe SH Monster Arts or Playmates could do it. Of Kong with like his extra scars, like his extra markings that he got from Godzilla when it was just tearing into him. That would be pretty cool. I think like Final Battle Kong or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. I'm not allowed to talk spoilers, but the movie literally comes out on digital, like, in less than a week now, I'm pretty sure. Turn the brightness up a little bit. It's a little dark. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. So, yeah. You can see his hands are also painted in that gray. It's really just the base color and then gray for like the skin tones, and that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, you can see it on his hands. He's got gray hands, and his feet. The bottom of them are also gray. It's probably hard to tell on camera, but yeah, there is a differentiation. So yeah. Paint, you know, I mean, it's nothing like, I mean, really the only thing I guess they could have done besides all of this is maybe like they could have painted the ears in that gray, and maybe given like the brown a wash, maybe to sort of bring out the detail a little bit better. But yeah, that's really the only thing I could think of to really make it better. I mean, you know, there's not a whole lot you can really do, you know, with paint on Kong. He's just kind of brown and gray, you know, so can't really complain on the paint side. But yeah, so I suppose might as well get into, well, let's get into Sculpt first. The Sculpt on this figure is really nice. I think it's probably like a little bit better than Mega Godzilla. But it's really it's on par with it. You can see all of his fur is nicely detailed. You can see all of that. You can see his beard is very nicely detailed right there, and you can see all the wrinkles and stuff in his face. Even like he's got his divot like in his ear. It's kind of hard to see. But that is accurate to the movie. Kong, even in Kong Skull Island, he had this like little chunk taken out of his ear. So they even got that little detail on there, which is really cool. We can see like the detail on the back of the head looks really nice. Look at that. And it's fantastic. You can see his toenails, which aren't painted, but you know, I mean, I don't really care, you know. You can see they sculpted all his fingernails on there as well, which is nice. Even like on the underside of his arms, it's very nicely detailed. You can see all the fur and stuff on it. It's very nice. I mean, you can see even under the feet, got some definition, which is very nice. And then on the back, of course, you've got lots of awesome detail. You can see they did plug up the screw holes, which is awesome. They did the same thing with the big Godzilla as well. And then you got obviously the screw hole for the battery compartment, which is you know, that's kind of that, you know, that kind of has to be there. But yeah, might I just say, this is a complaint that I have. This and pretty much all of the Mattel Jurassic figures take these little, like, I think they're called, like, D-cell batteries. They're, like, this big. They're so tiny, and I hate them so much. The big Godzilla takes, I think it's double A's. No, it's triple A's. The big Godzilla takes triple A's, but this Kong here, for some reason, takes the freaking little D-cell batteries. I hate those things so much. I don't know why toy companies are using them so much. Mattel freaking needs to stop using them. I hate those things. And you have to have like 3 or 4 of them in there too. Like, they freaking suck. And they're so expensive. Like, I think it's like $10 for like a 3-pack of them. Like, freaking... I hate those batteries, dude. I hate them so much. Just use double A's and triple A's. It's not that hard. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't make toys, so I guess I wouldn't know. But yeah, but back to the rest of the figure. You can see even on the underside of his head here, you can see like the underside of his beard looks really nice. You can see all the lovely detail in there. Again, you can see all of his teeth looking very gnarly. He has the snaggle tooth, which Kong from 2005 is very famous for, even though Kong also in that movie did not have a snaggle tooth. They were going to give him one, and even in like the first teaser for King Kong 2005, he had the snaggle tooth, but like it just didn't work for the design, so didn't give him the they didn't give him the snaggletooth. It seems like that's what happened here. It seems like history repeated itself because all of the promotional stuff that I've seen for Kong in Godzilla vs Kong, he usually had that snaggletooth. Like on all the toys and even in like some promotional images and stuff like posters, he had a snaggletooth, but obviously in the movie, he doesn't. So I'm wondering if history might have repeated itself and they wanted to give him a snaggletooth again, but they realized that doesn't anatomically work. For I don't know exactly what the problem was, but it just didn't work for the rest of the design. So yeah, I mean this looks awesome though. You can see his snaggletooth. His teeth are very gnarly. It looks awesome. Yeah, dude, I love the look of this Kong. This Kong looks awesome, and you can see, this is probably the most accurate Kong that Playmates has made. And all their Kongs are pretty accurate, but yeah. Articulation. So the jaw on this figure, really cool, moves. Yeah, it can move about that far down, and then all the way up. So yeah, you can get him in that pissed off expression from whenever he reset his shoulder, and it can actually open about that far. So it can open pretty far, but it's stopped by the chest. But yeah, so it can open about that far. So it opens fairly wide, which is really cool. I'm really happy that they added that because no other Kong toy out there has an openable mouth like fully articulated mouth. Obviously, there's like the Battle Roar Kong. But yeah. Then his arms are on ratchets, which is really cool. Or his shoulders, rather. So they can go about that far up. Then about that far down. It's really cool. I'm happy that they did that. And then full 360 swivel. It's kind of stiff, but that's good. So, it can hold its pose. It won't go super loose really fast. Then the elbows are on single jointed joints. I don't know. Then go that far up and about that far back. And then they can swivel from side to side. They can't go all the way around, but yeah. Well, I guess maybe no, they can't. So yeah, they can swivel side to side as well, which is cool. And then the hands are on swivels, which is nice. So they can go all the way around. Oh yeah, the head can spin all the way around, which is pretty cool. No side to side, obviously, but yeah. So you can get them. So you can have Exorcist Kong if you wanted to, which is cool. And I don't know how they did that with the electronics, but yeah. But yeah, detail on it is very good. So we were on articulation. So I'm sorry, I had to go get a couple more things to side-by-side comparison it with. But yeah, then there's no articulation in the legs, which really sucks. But it's whatever. I mean, they could have put a swivel right here at least, but I'm fine with it. But the feet are on swivels, so they can actually go all the way around. Oh, both of them. My hair always looks so weird. It can never look good. It only looks good at nighttime, I swear. It never looks good whenever I want it to. But yeah. So that's it for articulation on this guy. I suppose that brings us to action feature. So there are two ways to trigger the action feature. So there is a button on his back right here, which you could press, or you could do it how they designed it to. It's really cool that they did add the button just in case you didn't want to do the whole motion. But yeah, so basically what you're supposed to do is supposed to get his arm like so in a full-on punching mode. Might as well, you know, get him in a full punching mode. And then what you do, and this will set off the electronics, you pull him back. I will show off the lights and sounds in a second. But yeah, so you pull him back and then let him go. And you can see it does it both times, whenever you pull him back and whenever he goes forward. Okay, so yeah, so you can do it both ways as well. So you can pull him back this way, and then it does the same thing. It's not as meaty as this one, I don't think. Actually, they're both kind of the same. But yeah, he's very noisy, so, you know, it would probably, and it's very easy to set this off. But yeah, there's a swivel right here as well on the midsection, so obviously it's tied to the action feature, though, of course. So pull him back, and then that. So you'd probably get best results if you pull him back and then kind of pull him, if you push it forward and then kind of pull it back as well a little bit. So probably like that, so, you know, get the full motion of it. But if you wanted to, you could just have them just beating the lights out of Godzilla. So just freaking probably would break it after a certain point, but yeah, you could really just have him laying into Godzilla if you wanted to. So that's cool. Again, probably shouldn't do that too rough, or else it would probably break the action. But yeah, so you can also, of course, one of his hands is opened slightly. You can put his battle axe in there. So yeah, so here he is with his battle axe, which is really cool. I'm really happy that they included a battle axe. It's not nearly as good looking as the smaller one for whatever reason, but yeah. But if you wanted to, you could kind of have him doing a axe like side swipe almost, which is pretty cool. So I just kind of get him into something like this with his axe, and you could pull him back, and then so that's pretty cool. You know, the motion looks very smooth. It's very nice. It looks a lot more like, it looks like he goes a lot further with the axe, but it's the exact same. Yeah, so yeah, you can really just have them swinging that axe. That's really cool. I love this thing, dude. It's probably a little bit more fun than the Godzilla, but I don't know. It's actually really hard to choose between the two. I think that you really have to get both of them to get the whole idea. But yeah, they're both fantastic figures. Easily the best out of the line so far. I think that the best 6-inch is the battle damage is either Kong with the battle axe, or Mechagodzilla. Hopefully, also, there's another figure that Playmates clearly planned on making, which was a battle damage, another 6-inch Mechagodzilla with the beam, because they put the hole in the back of the mouth for a beam. So they clearly at least planned on making a Mechagodzilla with the red, I don't even know, like, plasma beam or something, probably is what it's called. Don't have an official name on it, but yeah. So hopefully we get that too. But yeah, really cool. So yeah, I should probably demo the sounds and lights for you guys. So you know what, I might as well turn off the lights. It's not very dark outside, but, you know, I mean, yeah, so, hold on. So I have the lights turned off. So yeah, here is the lights and sound. I'm just gonna play all of them as well. Sorry, I was covering the thing. Okay, so yeah, you can see his eyes light up. There isn't any pupils in it, but it's whatever. So yeah, better turn the lights on first before I say anything. But yeah, so yeah, I think that it's cool that they had the lights, the eyes light up. I mean, yeah, I mean it adds a little extra little gimmick for kids to enjoy. Like I couldn't even imagine being a kid and getting